Sorry, my voice is gone. Eyes are closed. Good morning, everybody. My name is Temi, Wright, and I'm going to be speaking on the topic traditional dressing as a reinforcing tool for language and culture pedagogy. So this topic or this idea is something that came to me when I started wearing traditional clothing as a language instructor. Those that wear pen, those that are here, you've noticed that I like to wear this a lot. And when I started wearing it, I wore it because I thought, well, I'm here, I'm supposed to be cultural ambassador, let me wear it. But slowly I started to realize that wearing traditional clothing wasn't just covering my body, it was doing a lot more. It was actually teaching people about my culture. And this here, this is not working. Right, this is the slide that I used for the 3MP competition where I presented the same idea. I own $50 and a conference grant and some FLTA helped in creation of this to show that. Okay, so Isaac Singer says, "What a strange power there is in clothing," and he's like a novelist and a Nobel laureate. But what exactly is the power there is in clothing, other than to cover your naked body, right? So this is a video that is based on a research by some social psychologists. Right. I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
Clothing is more than just decoration for the body or protection from the elements. Clothes have powers over your mind. Scientists have demonstrated this in experiments in which they divided people into two groups. Group A wore their normal street clothes, while Group B wore their normal clothes and lab coats. When those people went on to perform tests of mental agility, the group wearing lab coats made about half as many mistakes as the group not wearing lab coats. Stranger still, in a similar experiment in which both groups wore lab coats, but one was told they were wearing painter's smocks and the other told they were wearing doctor's coats, the doctor's clothes group performed much better in brain gain than did the painter's clothes group. Scientists call this weird phenomenon enclothed cognition, and they say it depends on both the symbolic meaning of the clothing and the psychological experience of wearing the clothes, constantly reminding you of what those clothes represent. The symbolic power of a white coat changes depending on what you call it, and then wearing it prepares you to be more attentive, or more careful, or more artistic. That feeling can then translate into actual changes in your behavior and performance depending on the situation. So, remember, the clothes you wear don't just change the way other people see you, they change the way you see yourself. And wearing certain kinds of clothes can affect the way you behave, and even change the way you think. That means wearing a pair of glasses not only makes you look smart, it also makes you feel and act like you are now.
We're just going to stop that really quickly. Okay, so the phenomenon presented in that video is called enclothed cognition. And in the research on enclothed cognition, they find that what you wear affects the way you think and the way you act. So from that video, you saw from the experience, the fact that people were wearing doctor's coats actually made them perform better in exams, right? It's like, how does that work? It's all in the brain. Okay, so I'm just, I don't think this is necessary, I'm just going to skip it. But it's just a summary saying, like, teaching assistants who wear formal clothes are perceived as more intelligent. Teaching assistants who wear less formal clothes are not perceived as being as intelligent. When women dress in a masculine fashion during recruitment, they're more likely to get hired, and blah, 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 just telling you that the way you dress will affect the outcome of, the result of what you go for. Now, the theory here develops on three things: symbolic meaning, symbolic interactionalism, and material pyramid. Symbolic meaning is the concept that your mind creates a meaning and attaches a meaning to certain things. So in the case of clothing, you start to associate meanings with a certain kind of clothes. So for instance, if you see a person dressed in a suit, there's a perception you have of the person. Even though you don't know who they are, you automatically think this person is probably smart, or in this case, it could be like, oh, business official, or an IE staff, and not an FLT, stuff like that, right? So the same, that's what symbolic meaning is, just that idea that you create on your own, unconsciously, most times. Symbolic interactionism is a theory that says that the way a person acts towards an object depends on the meaning that the object has for them. So if, for instance, I think that these are disgusting, all right, and I actually believe that, if I come here, I'm probably going to be like, ugh, what the fuck? I'm sorry for language. Okay, you get the point. The way you think about the object will determine how you act towards the object. And material priming is just pretty much the same thing as symbolic interactionism. It's just like, when you see the object, you get that feeling and, you know, the behavior stuff. So this is my proposal in bringing theories from social psychology into language pedagogy, because I'm sure you all have been wondering, what does this have to do with teaching? Okay, I propose that wearing traditional clothing creates a symbolic meaning of culture in the minds of language learners, thereby reinforcing language pedagogy. Now, how does that work? Okay, culture is a key part of language pedagogy, and I try to not just say it, but it's backed up by AXFL standards. Y'all know what AXFL is, right? Right. No.